Boom, boom. This is Kendra. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. So we got a few things to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I've been getting some questions about a lot about soul bones. I guess everybody likes soul bones. I like soul bones, and the reason I like soul bones is because soul bones are the best. You get the huge jump from your soul bones. It's really nice to be able to take something that's an S and take it up to an SS plus just immediately, just by acquiring the proper material. There's really not anything you can do that. Usually it's usually a completely different item. There is no item that you can take. You can't like change an item from an SS to an SS plus or an S to an SS. Usually there's a whole new item involved for that to happen, except in soul bones. Soul bones, they've kept the best standard as soul bone. There is no SS soul bone that you can purchase in a shop or do an event for. It's just something that you make from an S soul bone, which you could get fairly easily enough. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. Now, I went ahead and completed. As you can see, I'm at 706 million. If you watched the video I had up yesterday, I was not at. It's like six. I think I was at somewhere between 685 and 690, I believe was where I was at. So why am I at 706? What caused the huge, massive jump? Well, a couple of things did. First of all, I decided to go ahead and finish off Bo. So Bo's finished. I took Bo up to 5. She's now 5 sun, high as you can go. That's max level. And I went ahead and switched the Soulbone SS plus Soulbone set that I had on Chen over to her. And I completed that set. So as you can see, it's now complete. It's now a full-blown set. So next we'll just focus on enhancement, take it up to 180, which will be done getting the resources inside of here. These resources right here, yes. These are the resources that are required to level up. Soul Bones enhancement, just standard base enhancement, cost coins, and some of the Soul Bone energy is what does it. So that'll be able to take them up a little bit with that. That's a fairly easy source to get. You get some of it on a daily basis, just from doing the events. And when you get your mail, you should see some in your mail. So it's fairly enough easy. So I have that up in a week or two. They should be out. I can only take them up to 180 at this point. That's the maximum. That's as high as you can go with the enhancements. So that's what. And the second thing was I adjusted my spirit beast. I took. I had the Ice Woman was on Bo simply because I thought Bo's Ice Woman. So ice. Things don't work like that in this game. All right. So popped over the Phoenix and swapped them around on the Chen. And that gave me quite a large jump in BP. I was actually surprised at how much. I mean, that shot up almost like 10, just from that alone. So, but those two, and take it up to 5, enabled me to get up to 706, which is a far cry from what I was before. So, another question I'm getting is, what is the best sets? So the way to look at it is it's very simple. What's the hardest to get? Okay, you can't get the red set anywhere. Well, you can get one shard inside of the new Tyrant's Nest, but it costs 35 source coins, which is ridiculous. That's far too expensive. Considering you need 60 to make one piece, that's just not a realistic. I guess if you don't play the game much, it might be something to consider, but 35 source is just far too much. The chests are still out there. I mean, they've got the chests available right now inside of the Master Forger. If you look inside the Time Limit Exchange, you'll see it down here. Yeah, right there. You can get 9 shards. Okay, so but they give you chests for that. They give you chests in the weekly gift bag and all the time. So that's one of the reasons you don't want to go blow your diamonds on getting S shards for characters inside of shops. Just don't do that. Save those diamonds for when they have chests and stuff like that, because usually to get the chest you're going to have to shell out 3,000 diamonds, or sometimes even more. So you need to make sure you have it on hand. There's nothing that you want to see. When a soulbone event starts and you don't have the 3,000 needed to actually get enough to make a chest, enough to make a piece of the actual red. So, but the easiest way to tell is simple. Okay, and that's the same thing applies to extended soul bones. The best set is the one set that you can't get very easily, and that is, of course, the Sea God set. Okay, you can't get these Sea God. They come in a chest. The chest is very, very, very rare. It's the rarest chest out there, almost, as far as I could tell. They do have some of that up in the Master Forge, which is why I'm talking about this as like the most awesome event ever. Is because Spirit Source, and then, of course, right here, Sea God. Okay, and that's quite a bit of shards. That's right, 29. That's a lot of shards. So I'm definitely going to be getting some of this. Um, because I want to have a Sea God set on all of my main characters, and I'm one Sea God set short. I got Sea God set on a bow, and I've got a Sea God set on AM, but I need one set for Ren. So that's the hardest. That's the best set, and that's the reason it's so difficult to obtain. Is because it's the best set. It gives you the best attribute increase, as well as the uh, see, this is all team. Okay, so it's not just increasing; it's increasing the entire team. Okay, so putting a soul bone that strengthens your character a lot is really nice, but why not put a extended bone on that can increase the entire team? And this is cumulative. Okay, not to mention the singularities that it gives you right here. Okay, uh, increased crit damage, ravage rate with every 7 attacks. Crit rate is increased by 8% in PvP. This is extremely important if you want to get anywhere in PP. I like to stay in the top 50 in PvP, and this is one of the ways that you can actually do that. This and getting max out your skill set, because you do get, I'll show you that in a few seconds about PvP. But as you can see, increases crit and ravage of the main soul masters by 68. So and this is cumulative. This is not like you just put it on one. This actually cumulative over all of the characters that are actually using it. So it's definitely too good to have the CGAT, and that's why it's so hard to get. That's why they don't just offer it. Is because it's a massive increase in capability. So this is definitely the set that you want to get, and it is SS. So it's top of the line. And that's why it's hard to get. But whenever you see it, you should get it. Okay. And the other way that I was talking about, if you want to maximize your PvP, is to actually physical skill, because I know it's a lot to get these physical skills up. It takes a lot of the stones and a lot of the shards, but you can get these by casting in the shards. And this they generally give you pretty much. I've still got to work on this myself, but you get this. Okay, PvP increase and a PvP reduction when you get these, and this is for each character. Once you max the character out, I know you got to take it all the way to 5 Sun to get it, but you should do it. Okay, because it helps, and as you can see, I'm starting to focus on those in lieu of not focusing on the upper ones very much, but instead starting to focus on these. Okay, so but yeah, you can only do a couple a day, so I try to get everything up to 6 from a team standpoint, and then I start focus on the ones for PvP, and that allows me to stay within the top 50, which is where I like to be. So the best is generally what's most difficult to get. Okay, and since the Sea God set, it's obvious why it's the best. The others are good, and you should definitely use those when you start out. And you want to mix and match the sets. Just take a look at the set, and hit the thing, and then scroll, and you can see which mat. You can see how what different, how it matches up differently, and what different. Then go for what you like, and just keep on that until you can get the actual Sea God set, and then you put the Sea God set on there, and just benefit the entire team instead of just one Soul Master. So that's how you tell in terms of that. Yeah, and so got some asking about the new sect event, which is the Tyrant's Nest. Yes, I like it. Okay, anything that increases the accessibility of acquiring the essence for your soul bones is a plus. You just need the standard tyrant coin for this. You don't need to use some of this uh, soul core. This is not good. This is far too much for just one. Now, if this was like 10, yeah, or even 5, I could see doing that. But one, it takes 60 of these to create a piece of this. Okay, it's so to create a whole set from this would just be ridiculous. When you can actually spend that sort on time essence and a one for one swap, and uh, getting some of the Doomstone. You can get 4 Doomstone a day just by doing, I think it's the Soto. But if you do, this is another way if you're coming up a little bit short to get it. Okay, and that helps enhancement levels. So yeah, that's a little bit high. Uh, this right here is something that you consider as well. Uh, it's a sharp, but at least it's an SS piece of equipment. so it's something that you consider. But yeah, this just yeah, if you try to build a set from within here, it's going to take forever. So I don't like that. But everything else in here, yeah, is likable. It's nice to actually get an event where you can. It's got a nice little screen, and you can see everybody who's attacking and whatnot. So it's like a multiple sec type gathering. So it's pretty nice. I actually enjoy it. It's nice when they throw. You can get even if it's just graphical, but actually get some actual sec. So I'm sticking right here in the back here. Uh, I was up here when I think they move you up to front whenever you're attacking. But yeah, you can sit here and watch. It's generic graphic, of course, but it does show when you're attacking. You will see yourself attack, and you can sweep. So it's fast. Just make sure that you do a different you do it different. Try different things and see if they work any better. It is pretty nice. It's a pretty tough beast. There's no doubt about that. But it's a good way to get started out. Um, a group ranking of 4, which is not too bad. So, but I do like it. It's a new event, and any new event that has a shop in it that allows you to get something that's not easy to get is a plus. Okay, that's no way to go. I don't like the price that they put on the red chest in there, but at least they are offering it. So maybe one time you'll be one charge short of creating that full set, and if you got 35 of the seedless source, you can go in there and purchase it, and you can get it. Otherwise, you'd have to wait for a chest event to come around, which there is a chest event for it right now, of course. This Master Forge is just ridiculous. I mean, they got everything inside of here. It's anything you could possibly want in terms of hard to get items is in here. They got the spirit source, and right here's a chest right here. Okay, right here's the Sea God set. Okay, uh, you know, you really don't want to be purchasing this stuff. You really don't want to be purchasing the Doomstones in here either. You can get the Doomstones in the time limited purchase event that they have, the time limited buying event that they throw up every now and then. You can get Doomstones and Spirit Source inside of there. So you want to choose to get don't inside of when you have a finite source, which is what you do for these actual um, this ice cream. You don't get a lot of this. I've pulled roughly 100 times. I think I pulled 50 yesterday and I pulled 48 today. So in 100 times, I've got roughly about 30 of them. So it's not a finite source. So you want to use it on stuff that's really, really difficult to get. And out of all of that, Spirit Source ranks right near the top, okay? Yes, if you need 9 of these, this is actually pretty good for not, but again, this is something that you can get anytime you have a Soulbone event. They're going to throw up some chests with these, and then a lot of times they just pretty much almost every other event or so, you're going to have an option to get some of the chests, as well as in the weekly buy. You can get some of those from there as well. Uh, the spirits, this right here, which is the essence, you can get this in that buy. Um, the thing about this is how much it is. Like 20 is because you can get max of these. You can purchase these inside of the shop, the Soto shop, but it costs like 4,400 uh, for just. I think yeah, it's 4,400. Just but it's only like two. So and you need considering you need quite a bit of them to take to level up. It's not something that's good. And then they've got other stuff down here. So it's really good in these types of events. You want to focus on stuff that you can't get in any other event. Spirit Source. The only way to get Spirit Source is to the gold shop. That's it. Period. Okay, if you can't get into the gold shop, which requires you to actually participate in team event. It's a multi-team event. Um, you have to sign up for a team, and you have to get chosen to be in a team, uh, and then you have to actually compete to get. Just you don't have to necessarily win. You just need to compete, and as you compete, you get the currency that you could then purchase the actual source. And you know, so it's not easy to get. Okay, so you just have to understand that. Um, yeah, it's in this is Silverwise. This is a team event. You have to get chosen. Okay, see, teams have to make sure you choose a team that's roughly around the same type as your BP. Okay, I've got an application out right now. I'll probably go and get chosen in that one. And then once you compete in that, um, sometimes I form my own team, but as I've been focusing on other stuff, I really haven't had, so I don't have time to form a team, so I just signed onto a team, and the team will focus, yeah, and then you compete, and then you'll get the actual arena tokens, gold ones that are required to purchase this. But again, you can only get, I think it's 40 or 45. That's not enough to do. You have to do it a couple times to get enough spirit source to actually do just one piece. Okay, and you're not going to get all. There's some times where if you're lower level, it's really hard to get into this and get chosen. Okay, so getting into silver weiss is not something that you can do very easily at the beginning. So anytime they come up with something like this, which you can easily do just by playing the normal game and then able to get this, you want to purchase the stuff that you can't get anywhere else. And that is focusing on spirit source and stuff like that. So you know try to be, what I like to do, and what I do is I have a sheet, and on the sheet I've written down what I can get inside of each of the events, so I know to spread out, try to get a little bit of everything, because they're just the game is just, it's really difficult to track all of the stuff going on in this game, uh, and they keep adding stuff, which even makes it a little bit more, makes it even a little bit more difficult. So it's nice to have a cheat sheet, and I have a list of what I got inside the time limited buy, and as such, I don't normally focus on that stuff inside of the chest, or using the resources to it, because I know I can get it somewhere else. So you need to keep that in mind. Also, you need to focus on doing everything, even if you should be using the assistant. She can make a lot of. They have so much. If you try to do everything that the assistant offers you to do, it would probably take 3 hours. Okay. This can greatly increase the amount of time it takes this. You hit the assistant, take the time to set her up, and she'll knock out about half of the stuff for you in just a click. So yeah, that's that I use her every day. I log on, I clear out the top of all the red dots, purchase what I need to, then I hit the assistant, do that. That clears out a lot down here, and then I pick up the stragglers. And then once a week I will, because if you look inside the assistant, she can actually you do your rankings right here. Okay, see, like I need to do my arena because I like to keep within the top 50, and as you can see, I'm 7 out of the top 50. But I have not done it since I got 706, so I'll probably be able to. So tomorrow I'll have to redo all of these, because I just hit this. So I haven't had a chance to really focus on these and get me back in. So I need to bring these up. I'm too far out on them right now. Uh, but when you sweep it, it just sweeps at this. It doesn't adjust your ranking. It does, when you sweep it, it uses sweep. So the only time that you can sweep something is when you've already beat it, then you can sweep it. So so to advance forward, you generally have to go in and manually do some inside of the event. So I'm at 706 right now. So tomorrow I'll just pop in, see how I can get that. Once I beat that, another one will pop up, probably within the top 50. That will be I should be able to beat. And then, but as you can see, you're not going to get anytime soon. I'm still about 400, 500 away from getting breaking into the top. It looks like top 23 right now, but I don't know if there's anything in between these two right here. But and then of course you get up to the top of the line here, who is Thor the Man. So yeah, but this is some really powerful something. But when you do a sweep, it only sweeps ones that you beat before, so you can't advance forward. So you need to at least once or twice a week jump in and just advance further, because as the week goes through, you'll be slowly pushed back as people get around you. But I should be easy to get back in the top 50 here. That shouldn't be much of a problem at all. And I'll do that tomorrow. And I'll do them all. When I do it, I'll do it all. I'll do the clouds, and then I'll do the Soto as well. But but assistant makes your day a lot faster in terms of that. So don't forget to take care of Basura. Make sure you purchase. If anything, just get the shards. Okay, I purchased a lot in here, which is why my diamonds are down. I purchased just about everything except for the A plus shards, but they had some really good stuff in here. This is SS plus chest, not an SS chest, it's SS plus. So that's good for you doing your divine skills, which I did manage to complete on bow. That's an excellent divine skill. Okay, 6 seconds equivalent to, but if you take an actual so that's like, considering how much attack she has, throwing down 2,000 of her attack. I mean, that's just amazing. So and it's 6 seconds, which means it happens almost instantly, as well as you get an increase in all of your attributes. As you can see, everything goes up. And it's really, it takes like 10 to 14 to jump through. I'm in the second phase now, so it's of course more, but it's like half. I think it's like 10 to bumps through these to get to it, and then it'll be Ocean Domain 2. I've got hers, and I've also got Clear Skies Divines. And the chests, they seem to be giving the chests out on a fairly regular basis. But now I'll go ahead and start working on Ren's Divine Skill. She's now in the chest because Tang Chen has been introduced. So once they introduce a new character in the chest, when they introduce a new character, they'll move Tang Chen into the chest. Then the chest will be those four. That seems to be the way they're doing it right now. So and they generally give you every event. They're in the Master Forge event. They give you a chance to get some more of them. So I like it. Let's do it. So yeah. So focus on the spirit source. That'll be your biggest advantage, and also try to pick stuff inside of the events that you can't get in other events. Okay, because that's the only inside the Master Forge. Just be wary of what you pick and make sure you don't spend it on something that you can't get elsewhere. That's all I can give you in terms of advice, because I've been getting some people asking what I was going to purchase. And what not and what to purchase. It's really difficult. But I would not purchase things like don't purchase anything that you can get inside of the other events. Now, make sure when the time limited buy comes up, and it should be coming up pretty soon. They usually do it on a regular basis. Probably sometime next week we should probably see it. And just write down what's available inside of there. Okay, and then that's what you want to focus on. And then whenever another event comes up, just look at the offerings inside of here and compare them to the offerings inside of the others, and don't purchase the same thing, because unless you seriously like need it to complete something, you might want to go ahead and step out of it then. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, but like a lot of this stuff, even though it looks real tempting, is not useful right now, simply because the fact for this, for instance, for this one, they give you these shards quite regularly. I've already maxed out the Emperor. I can't take him any higher. I'm 3/4 of the way through the Jade, and then she'll be completely done. And you can't even use the 3-eye golden line inside of a team event yet. You have to complete the Pegasus constellation before you can actually utilize a third soul beast. So that's not something that needs to be done right now. It will give a single player a nice BP boost, but you get more of a BP boost from this than anything. So this is definitely what you want to consider as the primary focus. I would consider second to be this. Okay, then after that, this probably, simply because you can use this to complete the Sky Luo. Okay, so you could actually, I think you need 15 more shards for that, so you could actually complete that. I can complete it right now, so that's something to consider. But at this point, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. But I just like the number of shards coming out here. I was really, I think that's one of the best things about this event is the number. This is not a low number of shards. I mean, it only takes 20 to complete this. So you literally can complete one piece and have left over just by for fives. So the numbers are just really high in terms of that. But yet it's a finite resource, so that's why they're doing it. But yeah, it's a really good event. So you definitely want to participate in it. All right, so that's it for today. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew to do your Master Forge on a daily basis, gather them all, forge away, and then make sure you purchase wisely inside of there. And still, as always, Red Soul Bones and Sea God are the ones that I prefer to use. Somebody might choose something different. That's okay, but I just go by what the game makes hard to get. If it's hard to get, I consider that to be the best in terms of stats and attributes, because they're not going to give you the best easily. You're going to have to work for it a little bit. All right, so again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on it. Also remember to like and share, as that helps the channel immensely. Ken Rear, still coming at you from the corner, signing out.